my name is Katie Gran, and I'm with Department of Human Services. I'm the transition specialist for the state of South Dakota.
And my name is Alicia Torres. I am a voc rehab counselor who is based out of the Sioux Falls office. Today, we're just going to give you guys a little overview of what vocational rehabilitation services are and the different ways that we can help individuals with disabilities. So voc rehab helps individuals anywhere from 16 to older adulthood. We can help with project skills, which is a service that we provide in high school. We have job coaches, all of that kind of stuff that we can help throughout the individual's lifetime. And all it takes to become eligible is having a diagnosed disability.
All right, so this is Katie. So how is a person found eligible for VR services? Documentation is needed. It can be IEP paperwork, 504 paperwork, evaluation results from a school, psychologist, a medical provider, or a specialty medical provider, anything like that. We just have to have documentation of that disability. An impairment to employment, if you're receiving accommodations at high school, whether it's having tests read out loud or quiet settings, accommodations like that, those impairments could follow you on a job. So that is where VR can possibly assist with helping with those accommodations on a job or at post-secondary. And you have to require VR services. So that means that you would need our support to be successful, whether it's at college, VOTEC, or on a job. You just need to talk to your voc rehab counselor about what kind of supports are available to you and how those can help you down the road.
Perfect. So this is Alicia again. This question is, who is the person that can help you with possible tuition assistance, assistive technology devices, and career counseling? The answer to that one is your voc rehab counselor. So financial need for tuition assistance is required. In order for us to help pay for college, you do have to fill out a tuition assistance paper just to determine whether or not you would qualify for that service. Assistive technology device for specific learning disability does not require financial need, but you need to talk with your counselor prior to receiving this service. It just requires an assessment from Dakota Link, and this can be anything from a computer to different services that can go on that computer to assist with college, anything like that on the job.
True or false, VR services end once you graduate from high school? This is false. VR services are for anyone that has a disability and an employment goal. So services can and will continue after high school as long as you maintain communication with your voc rehab counselor. And a person can always return to VR if their case has been closed for whatever reason and they need help. So always remember that you can always come back to voc rehab if you need that.
The next question is, what is the name of the plan developed by you and your VR counselor to authorize services? So this is called the IEP, your Individualized Plan for Employment. So a lot of students when they are in high school are on what is called an IEP, which is an Individualized Education Plan. And then once you begin receiving services with voc rehab, you get the IPE, which this just says the different services that you're going to receive while you're on that plan. This is updated about once a year. Says who you're getting services with, what these services are, and who is providing the payment for those services. So you can be on an IPE and an IEP while you are in high school.
How much does it cost to receive VR services? Is it A, $25, B, $250, C, $2,500, or D, free? And that would be free. All of our services are free to anyone that is eligible for services. There are certain services that do require you to meet financial need. Like Alicia said, if you wanted help with tuition and books at post-secondary, then you do have to meet our financial guidelines. and that information can be discussed on an individual basis between you and your voc rehab counselor. But all services are free.
Who can help you prepare for job search? And this includes application assistance, resume development, and mock interviews. The answer to that is your voc rehab counselor. So not only can we assist with supports at post-secondary and while you're in high school, but we can also assist with employment services if you're needing help finding, learning, and maintaining employment while going to school. This is also a service that we can help with after you graduate from post-secondary. And like Katie said earlier, it's a lifelong service. So if you have an open plan with us and then you have a job and things are going well and we close your case and you need it in the future, we can definitely open another one and pick back up.
What is it called when you know about your disability and can ask for the help you need? Self-advocacy. If you don't know what your disability is, now is the time to find out. You should know what your diagnosis is, what supports you get from your high school SPED teacher, and understand whether or not the supports will be available at the post-secondary level. If they won't be available after high school, you should have the conversation with your high school SPED teacher about removing those supports, such as modifications to assignments and tests. Those aren't available at college. So if you're still receiving them now and want to go on to post-secondary once you're done with high school, then that is a service that needs to be done now because it won't be available to you afterwards.
So following up with Katie, why is it important to be able to advocate for yourself? The answer is to be successful. No one is going to advocate for the supports or services that you need to be successful at post-secondary or on a job. So it's important that you begin to advocate for yourself now. Your VR counselor can guide you in this process. However, we cannot do it for you. We are not on campus with you. Those are those services that you're going to have to advocate for yourself. We can assist you with finding out who you need to contact, but overall that is your responsibility.
And then what to do, what do you need to do if you're having difficulties at school or at work? Take initiative and ask for help. Your voc rehab counselor is a good person to start with if you're not sure who to go to first, and then they can help you problem solve any problems that you're having, whether it's at school or at work, and start that line of communication to get you the supports that you need to be successful.
So this one is true or false. Modified assessments and tests are available at post-secondary schooling. The answer to this is false. Accommodations are available, however, modifications are not. If you are currently receiving modifications at your current high school, please discuss having these removed as soon as possible if you're planning to attend post-secondary schooling. We say that for you to be successful. We just want to set you up so that you are doing similar things in high school as what you'll be doing after you graduate.
So Alicia touched on this, reasonable accommodations. So let's go over a few. Note-taking assistance, extended time for tests, quiet setting for tests, a calculator for math, having materials read out loud for you, having lectures taped so you can go back to it later and re-listen to them, accessible classrooms for those folks that maybe aren't able to get to a third floor room. Because of their disability, the school might be able to move that class down to a ground level so you don't have to worry about stairs or elevators, things like that. But this is a conversation that needs to be had with the disability coordinator at your school. So make sure that when you're doing your tours at potential schools, make sure the disability coordinator is on your list of people to contact that day so that you can get the ball rolling and talk with them about what's available to you.
All right, this one is a true or false question. Your parents are responsible for requesting accommodations at college or vocational institutes, and that is false. Only you as the student can make this request, and that's why it's so important for you to learn about your disability and supports needed to advocate for yourself. while you're in high school, your parents are there, your sped teachers are there. However, once you get to post-secondary, that is really, it falls on you to advocate for yourself and reach out for those accommodations.
So who is the person on campus that can assist with setting up support similar to what you received in high school? Again, that post-secondary disability coordinator. Keep in mind, services available at post-secondary could look different than the services that you received in high school. We've mentioned this a couple times, but we really want to make sure that everybody understands that all the services cannot be moved to that post-secondary level. So you need to have that conversation with the post-secondary disability coordinator so you can understand what will be available to you at that level.
All right, when is the best time to communicate with the disability coordinator? A, before classes start. B, when you are struggling in classes. C, when you are failing a class, or D, never. So the answer to this one is A, before classes start. Ideally, you should speak with the disability coordinator before services start, because they can only begin when you request them. So if you go to school and you don't request anything, they're not going to have any services in place for you while you're in post-secondary. If no contact is made, they won't be in place. It's important to note that if you do wait until you are struggling, services are not retroactive, so they can only begin for moving forward, no assignments or anything like that in the past. So if you wait until you're struggling, that can't assist you with any homework that you're falling behind in. It can only help you with your future assignments, which is why it's important to start before classes start.
So name at least 2 people to communicate with if you are struggling with school. There's a number of people that can help you. So making sure that you reach out can be the disability coordinator, your voc rehab counselor, the teacher for the class that you're struggling in, your student advisor, your parent, guardian, talking to a tutor. Any of these folks can be of some assistance. So make sure that you reach out, and you can reach out to all of them. But you know, like we mentioned before, your voc rehab counselor can really help you, guide you in which way to go first. So talking to them or the disability coordinator would be great first steps if you don't know who to go to.
Okay, this one's true or false as well. A person is only eligible for VR services if they have a drug or alcohol problem. This is false. This is something that we actually hear a lot when people hear the word rehab. They assume that it is related to drug or alcohol treatment. While we do have some clients that have drug or alcohol issues, voc rehab is more about rehabbing the person to be successful on a job, despite the fact that they have some limitations because of a diagnosed disability. So it's false in the aspect of it's not only for those individuals, it's for any individual that has a disability that needs assistance in achieving a job.
Another true or false, the disability coordinator will help you get to class on time and every day. This is false. While it is their job to help set up accommodations for you in the classroom, they are not responsible to getting you to class every day. That responsibility falls on you, the student. So understand that there's going to be nobody waking you up every morning, nobody checking to see if you're making it to class. That all falls on you. So make sure you start doing that maybe in your senior year. Instead of having parents getting you up, start setting your own alarm clock so that you get comfortable with the idea of you having to get up yourself and doing all that extra independent living skills.
All right, that is all we have for you guys. Just really important is to reach out to those resources that can help you, your disability coordinator, your VR counselor, and just kind of keep that open line of communication. You got to remember our goal is for you guys to be successful. That's what we're here for, and that's what we're hoping to help you with. So.
And our emails are on there. Our phone numbers are a little different right now, but feel free to shoot either one of us an email and we'd be happy to help any way we can.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.